Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Nash from Tesla and the Gong. One more software update is upon us, and every single software update is an important event in the ownership of a Tesla, because ever so slightly your car is becoming better, and that is an important thing in itself. And this is an over-the-air update. Many cars do not get this, and we are really happy that Tesla has sort of ironed this out, and the rollout of these softwares are at a brisk pace. This is 2021.4.15. The release notes say minor cold weather improvements and bug fixes. Now, even with these bug fixes, it is an important thing because our cars become ever so slightly better with these bug fixes coming around. And this lack of new features is not going to deter us, to be honest, because we are going to do an Urban Autopilot challenge with 2021.4.15. If you have not watched my previous Urban Autopilot challenges, please do check them out. I have an entire playlist of them. We're going to start the Urban Autopilot challenge right about now. Let's double tap, and that is Autopilot turned on. We're going to see how many times the Autopilot is disengaged in this 20-minute or so run. Quick shout out to my good mate Tesla Tom of Ludicrous Feed, because this Urban Autopilot challenge is his brainchild, and he's been doing a fair few of them. A quick preface here, we have 3 cameras. One is the front-facing camera showing you the road. The second one is the one which shows the dash in the Model S. And the third one is the center console camera as well, showing you what is happening on the screen. So I'm going to turn this off so that you can see what's happening on the screen. And in addition to this, I'm also going to turn on the repeater cameras, because that gives us more perspective. There has not been a disengagement as of yet. We'll turn on the repeater cameras and we'll see what's happening. So you can see the rear camera on top. I know it's a little dirty, but I'm sure you can see some of these when the street lights come on. I do not have a lead vehicle, so I have to double tap for the car to go forward in this traffic light. You can see the visualization is pretty good. So my car has hardware 3.0, and I do have full self-driving as well. Now, I'm going to keep driving as straight as possible because there are multiple roundabouts and multiple traffic lights in this particular road. Changing lanes is an absolute breeze as always. We are still in an 80-kilometer road, and the traffic sign has been recognized. Now we come to a 70-kilometer-hour road, and we have to reduce the speed to 70. And that's it. So we're able to go here. No lead vehicle, double tap. Okay, keep going forward. So no disengagement as of yet. It's pretty good. 70-kilometer-hour road. Let's go to 70. Bump the speed up to 70. Now, I want to give you a quick heads up of another video that I did. The previous video that I released with the Urban Autopilot Challenge is across Macquarie Pass. Please do watch that. That car, the Model 3 that I drove and in that round of testing, performed brilliantly in a very bendy, very wavy mountain road. If you've not watched that, do check that out. I'm going to leave a link to that in the description of this video, as well as in the top right corner. Now, no disengagements till now. This is a railway crossing. The car keeps going forward. Previously, there used to be a bug where the car would slow down when there's a railway crossing. Not anymore. That bug has been fixed. Now we do have a red stoplight coming up, and you can see that the car will come to a perfect halt right about here. Now, once we cross this particular stretch of road, you will notice that the street lights are quite prevalent, so you'll be able to see in the rear camera as well. But even so, no disengagement till now. So far, so good. I'm going to just change lane here, and lane changing is brilliant too. No lead vehicles in front of me, so double tapping here will take me across this traffic intersection. There has not been a autopilot disengagement till now. Pretty good indeed. Okay, now there are street lights, so you can see the rear camera quite well, and you can see the side repeater cameras as well. Now, the reason why I want to enable these repeater cameras is because now you'll see how the car is able to keep its lane and how close to the curb it goes sometimes. Uh, this is particularly important here in Wollongong because we have a sort of an undulating terrain in Wollongong. We have some inclines, particularly here. You see there was an incline and now we're coming to a slightly straighter road. Again, I'm double tapping. All these are important because we do not have a lead vehicle. And Elon Musk has always said that lead vehicles are important because following is easy. So in this case, the car is behaving independent of the lead vehicles because there are no lead vehicles in front. So that is why these kind of tests are important. I'm going to keep going forward. There is a roundabout coming up in just a bit. We'll see if the car negotiates the roundabout at all. There's only been once that the car has negotiated a roundabout, and that was the Model S as well, and that was on 2021.4.6. I'll leave a link that video also in the description of this video, as well as in the top right corner. Do check that out. That was really good that the car was able to negotiate a roundabout, and that is the only roundabout that the car has ever negotiated ever since autopilot and traffic visualization has come to our Teslas, particularly the hardware 3.0 Teslas. I came to this side of the lane because there is a roundabout coming ahead. Sometimes when we take the outer diameter, no, I was just going to say, if you take the outer diameter of the circle, the car may negotiate the roundabout, but okay, false alarm. Okay, double tap. We're going to get back to autopilot again. You see how close the car went to the center line there on the right hand side. Even now you can see there's a little bit more space on the left side curb on the side repeater cameras, whereas on the right side it's pretty close, and there is a car just trying to overtake me over here. I'm going to let them do. I'm not going to antagonize anybody by speeding up, so we're going to stay within speed limits here. And this is a particular turn which autopilot used to get disabled in the past, but that bug has also been fixed. You can see it goes forward. I'm going to double tap here because there's no lead vehicle again. Let's keep going forward. One more roundabout coming up. This is a slightly larger circle, slightly larger diameter for this roundabout. Let's see if the car would negotiate this at all. Okay, I'm going to keep egging the car go forward. No, not at all. So it gives up right away. So there has been 2 disengagements till now in this autopilot run. Otherwise, it's been pretty good. Oh, 3. Okay, because I didn't exit the circle fully, the car didn't want to do it. Double tap. This will go across this traffic light as well. So far, so good. 3 disengagements. The third one was somewhat my doing because I sort of engaged autopilot before we exited out of the circle. So you can see there's one more incline, and although there are roads coming and joining from the left, the car is able to keep lanes without any problems. No follow car. So even without a follow car, even though there was an inclined plane on the road, the car was able to go forward without any problems. Obviously now the red light, so we're going to stop here. I'm going to double tap and ask the car to go forward because it turned green. You see, this stretch is interesting because there's one more red light coming up, so the car will slow down and come to a halt. You can see that flickering light because that yellow and red and the green light is for the cars turning to the left. That has not been fixed yet. So we have discussed this many times in our Phantom Lane 4 podcast. If you've not heard about the Phantom Lane 4 podcast, do check us out. The link is there in the top right corner as well as in the description of this video. This is an Aussie EV podcast, and we do a live podcast every Wednesday at 9 p.m. and we talk about renewables and electric vehicles. Okay, no, oh, okay. This is interesting. This is interesting. That was a yellow light, all right. But because I was going at a reasonable pace, it decided not to stop and go forward. And I was able to cross the intersection before the yellow light turned red. That is interesting. Usually the car comes to a screeching halt when it turns yellow. So that bug has been fixed too. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that one. I'm going to keep egging the car to go straight. So far so good. 3 disengagements in this autopilot run. Let's change lanes. This is an incline as well. Look at that. So I I deliberately did this because when we do change lanes in an incline, Autopilot does not like it, or did not used to like it, but not in this instance. It went forward without a problem. This particular test is interesting in another sense because, oh wow, so that was a little scary. So that's 4 disengagements till now. Before I was interrupted by Autopilot disengaging, you would have noticed that there was a lane turning right and there was an incline as well. So Autopilot does not like incline too much. So if it's a gentle incline, it was able to negotiate that. Previously, even the gentle inclines were a problem, but not any longer. But even otherwise, the steep inclines are still an issue. So that is something that has to be remembered. Okay, let me change lanes here. Okay, because I came to a sort of a halt here, the car disengaged. So there is 5 disengagements till now. This is a 50-kilometer-hour road. Now it's turning yellow. Yeah, you see that? So this is turned red, so the car will come to a halt here. But in the previous instance, when the car went across, it was quite interesting. It has never done that before. It usually comes to a screeching halt as soon as it sees a yellow. Although the car did recognize the yellow light, it did not stop. So that's very interesting indeed. Very, very interesting indeed. I'm going to nudge this because I have a car next to me. And this is the Wollongong Private Hospital is next to me. So I don't want to get into trouble here. You see how close to the midline the car goes in these inclined planes. I'm going to double tap, go across. We're going to come upon the Wollongong General Hospital on the left side. So I'm going to be absolutely vigilant. If there are patients or relatives of patients here, I don't want to scare them or antagonize them. So I'm going to be very, very vigilant. Now, this is going to be an interesting test. So across this intersection, there is a car on this lane. And obviously, the car will not go forward. But if I change lanes, after I let the 2 cars on the right side to pass me, will the car change lanes without any problems? Let us see. This will be an interesting test indeed. Okay, nudge, go forward. Oh, directly, right away. It took me out of autopilot. Didn't even want to try that. Okay, interesting, interesting. There is 6 disengagements. Now, up ahead, there is another intersection, which is a slightly wider intersection, but we have a follow car. Oh no, we do not have a follow car. Okay, let's see. This intersection is an interesting intersection. Double tap. We're going to go forward in this intersection. Okay, okay. This is amazing. Oh wow, this is amazing. Previously, the car will come to a screeching halt, or it will just take itself out of autopilot because, as you noticed, that is a wider intersection, but not this time. This is really good. This is really good. I'm impressed. 4.15 has, oh wow. Okay, there was another bug which it should not have done. So the left indicator was for the people turning left, whereas we are going straight, and it should have stopped. I wonder if it is try to go forward because the map showed the route to be turning left. I wonder if it is that reason why the car tried to go forward. I'm not sure. Wow, that is an interesting bug. So was it 7 disengagements till now? I reckon it was 7, isn't it? Okay, in this run, 7 disengagements. We have driven for about 15 odd minutes or so. I absolutely doubt that the car will take this left turn. I'm going to try. I'm going to double tap on this and see if the car will take this left turn. Oh, too close. So I took over here. Okay, double tap on that, re-engage autopilot. We're going to keep going straight. Double tap again, no lead vehicles. Okay, 8 disengagements till now. All in all, it has been a reasonably good run, isn't it? Some interesting things that did not work previously worked in this update, and some things which used to work okay were a little faulty, particularly the car trying to go forward on that red light. Particularly that particular intersection was a little unnerving, I must say. Now, let's take this left. I doubted that the car will go forward, but I'm going to still nudge. Okay, there is a lane. Wow, this is great. This is great. It asked me to take over just at the very edge because that lane was not completely completing. What am I saying? That lane marking did not go all the way to the road itself. It is only in the turning aspects. So that is why the car decided to take itself out of autopilot. Oh, it asked me to take it outside autopilot again. So that is 9 disengagements till now. Rightio. 60 km/h road. So far so good. I'm still quite impressed. Now, once we cross this intersection, I'm going to turn back onto the motorway and get back home. So we may not get too much traffic visualization on the motorway, but I'll still leave the camera on and sort of speed ramp that return journey back to Tapto. You can see that. But it's so far so good, isn't it? 9 disengagements till now. And it's been a good run. This is 2021.4.15 Urban Autopilot Challenge. I would say is a reasonable success within some limitations. Alright guys, if you are in the market for a Tesla of your own, an S3X or a Y, kindly consider using my referral code. Details of them are in the description of this video. Both of us will get 1,500 kilometers of free supercharger credits or 1,000 miles of free supercharger credits. Just as a reminder, you can use my referral code anywhere in the world. All you need to do is click on my referral link, which is there in the description of this video, and then change your country to the country of your choice, like USA or Canada or anything of that sort. And then both of us will get 1,500 kilometers of free supercharger credits or 1,000 miles of free supercharger credits. In my case, my free supercharger credits are attached to my hire car, the one I hire via ev.com.au, ex-Canberra. I'm trying to get as many bums on seats as possible so that we can get the transition of many more Australians into an EV very, very soon. And that is one of the reasons why I'm doing these car hires. So do help me out by using my referral code so that folks who use my car don't have to pay extra for supercharging credits. Oh, loads and loads of cones here. I love cones. Right here guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys in another interesting video very soon. Until then, this is Nash from Tesla and the Gong, signing off. Peace.